So I'm not an environmentalist anymore. I don't call myself an eco-warrior. I'm done with that because it was making me feel hopeless. And I found a way of thinking about things that actually gives me more hope. And so that's what I wanted to talk to you about today. I used to be a proud eco-warrior. I wouldn't fly. I didn't drive a car. And anywhere I travel, I would always go by train. I switched to a plant-based diet when I found out about the destruction of the animal agriculture on the planet. And every year I would calculate my carbon footprint, and then I'd go on a website where I could buy carbon credits to offset my carbon footprint, so I could be happy that I was carbon neutral. And you know, all those things are great, and people doing those things, I support that. I think it's, keep doing it. But for me, it's feeling increasingly like a scam, and I've been looking for something more positive and hopeful. When you look at the destruction in the world, when you look at the burning of natural gas when they're drilling for oil, when you look at the destruction of animal agriculture, when the chopping down of forests and the fishing in the seas, and the every year higher and higher surface temperatures measured on the earth, as well as higher and higher carbon emissions worldwide, it's hard to not feel like you're swimming against the tide when all you're doing is thinking about your individual contribution and how you can reduce that, as if that's going to somehow make any difference at all. And I think these big companies are more than happy for us to be worried about our individual contributions while they're doing the worst stuff. But this isn't a negative video. I'm actually thinking about things differently, as I say. So a little sidestep. The other day I rewatched the movie Terminator 2. And for the 0.1% of people that haven't seen it, in it, Sarah Connor is the mother of John Connor, and she finds out from the future that the future is going to be bleak and people are going to be at war with machines. And she has a period of mourning about that. She's super upset about it, but then she goes into training and builds herself up, builds up her skills, and teaches her son all kinds of skills. And together they become more and more resilient and more ready for this difficult future that they've got forthcoming.
Who'd you learn this stuff from anyway? From my mom.
And I thought it was an interesting analogy. I think there's something in that kind of attitude of building resilience that actually turns a negative thing into a hopeful thing. And I think it's a nice way. It has been a nice way for me to think about things. So rather than focusing on my individual contributions, I want to learn more about growing food. I want to learn more about generating electricity, about communication channels, about water extraction and purification. And I want to learn more about community building. Community building is the biggest one, I think, in some ways. We're so individualized in the way we live. A lot of us are living in big cities now and don't know any of our neighbours. And people outsource the looking after of their children rather than that being a kind of community activity. Yeah, so I guess that's the main thing I wanted to talk about, because that's where I'm finding hope. That's kind of what's spurred me on to make a lot of the videos on this channel. I'm making this video because the channel's just hit 1,000 subscribers, which is I never actually expected. Really happy about that. That's cool. Makes me really happy when I see that someone's watched one of my videos and then followed along with an electronics tutorial and built something. And you know, it's just really cool. You don't know what that person's gonna go on to do. That makes me feel positive. So that's the kind of stuff that I want to be doing more on this channel. And I thought it was a good opportunity to make a video like this. I've never made a kind of talking to camera video before. I thought it was a good opportunity for me to make a video like this and explain a bit about where I'm coming from and why I'm making these videos. So I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know in the comments if you did, and yeah, think about it. I think there's a lot we can do rather than burying our heads in the sand. So like and subscribe and all that stuff if you haven't already, and thank you very much for watching. Peace out.